UFC 327 may have delivered inside the cage, but financially it told a different story. The event brought in a gate of just over $6.5 million in Miami, making it one of the weakest performing cards in the city in recent years. For comparison, UFC 314 Volkanovski vs. Lopez, which also took place in Miami, generated over $11.5 million, nearly double the revenue. UFC 287, the rematch between Israel Adesanya and Alex Pereira, generated $12 million, and UFC 299, Sean O'Malley vs. Chito Vera, generated $14 million. Early reports leading into the event suggested ticket sales were moving slower than expected, with noticeable availability still remaining close to fight night. That's a sharp contrast to previous Miami cards, which typically saw strong demand and near sellouts well in advance. Henry Cejudo, who was in attendance, confirmed that the arena was not sold out, with over 6,000 unsold tickets.
Well, I will say this, bro. The arena wasn't sold out. I want to say there's about 6,000 tickets that were unsold at this event because of the way that people actually saw this card. But the fights deliver. Come on.
In an interview with Ariel Helwani today, Carlos Ulberg says he will have his knee scanned later this week in Vegas to see if he has a torn ACL.
Yeah, we don't know for sure. We're just waiting for. I'll get the scans done when I arrive in Vegas this week, and we'll know everything once that's all done.
Carlos Ulberg says that he knew he had to finish Jiri Prochazka in the first round because the fight could have been stopped due to his knee injury.
I don't even know if you had time to think about it, but if you had to go back to the corner and they checked your knee, that might not have continued.
I was worried they were going to stop the fight.
Yeah, and exactly that's why I knew that I had to finish him in that first round. I knew that I had to pop my shots a little harder and get him out of there before he was to go to the back or go to the corner, and his coaches would be like, go for it because his knee's out, and then I'd be done for. So I made sure that I would throw my punches a little harder.
Jon Jones says that despite his public mistakes over the years, he still considers himself a good person.
You are nothing what I expected.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Did you expect me to be a scary guy?
The media, everybody.
Yeah,
a lot of stuff out there about you, and you think, what would he be like in person? And you're completely the opposite of that.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm a little bit of a wild guy, and I'm pretty well known. So when I mess up, it gets very, very public. But I do believe I'm way more good of a person than I am any negative. We all have our things, we all have our sides, but I think I'm a pretty good person.
Paddy Pimblett posted his live reaction to Carlos Ulberg knocking out Jiri Prochazka.
Oh my God, lad. Oh my God, I did not see that coming. That is heavy. His leg was and he's just clipped him with that shot and put him down. Oh my God, let's see this replay. That was unbelievable. Oh my God. Yeah, Jiri was acting up too much, wasn't he? Check left hook, unbelievable. That was unbelievable. Hats off to Carlos Ulberg, man. Lesser fighters had quit in that position where he'd grabbed the leg and he'd done the opposite, lad. He kept going. Gotta feel bad for Jiri, lad. Is he ever gonna get another title shot now? That's the question. Is he ever gonna get another title shot? Because that's his third title fight loss. And if he would have just stayed a bit more patient, I think he would have definitely won that fight.
Sean O'Malley has reacted to Jiri Prochazka saying he felt mercy for Carlos Ulberg after noticing he injured his knee. O'Malley joked that he felt the same kind of mercy for Merab Dvalishvili, but for his nose.
Oh, I think it's dropped. Oh, is it his knee or is his right foot? It's his ankle. Oh, Jiri literally had it. He was like 90%. You can't fight like that because look at it. He's had a crazy career, but God, when your hand down by your hip and you're fighting someone who counters that hard. But God, dude, I just feel bad for Jiri. I literally felt his post-fight speech because I said the same thing, man. Merab, I should have his nose. I was like, I felt bad. I just didn't want to hit it anymore. So I get it. So I feel that, Jiri. I feel that. Let's go and sit in a dark room for a couple days together and hang out, eat some snacks.
Ilia Topuria dropped this video to his Instagram today, sending a message to Justin Gaethje before the White House card.
Carlita, nos vamos a ir hoy para Miami y antes de irnos hay que llevarle la rosita a Justin. Opa. Muy bien, Perlita. Ya nos podemos ir.
Henry Cejudo doesn't buy that Jiri Prochazka showed mercy to Carlos Ulberg and thinks it's just an excuse.
I think the biggest lesson learned here for Jiri, I mean, if he's the last samurai, he's got to finish the job. That's what you're supposed to. You're supposed to hurt somebody. You're supposed to compensate somebody. It's your kick that did that damage. You know, particularly now that Yuri's about to have a kid, man, like, you should not have mercy on nobody. I mean, whose parents do you think are crying, bro? You either want your parents to cry or their parents to cry. And I think that's something that he needs to really deep down see if he really wants to, you know, keep it 100 and fighting, man. I think the mercy or whatever that was, I think sometimes to me those are just excuses, man. And I think for Ulberg, he did the right thing, man. He went for broke.
Daniel Cormier was highly impressed with Josh Hokit's victory over Curtis Blades. DZ thinks regardless of what people think about Hokit and his personality, he should be respected.
Josh Hokit and Curtis Blades was the best heavyweight fight I have seen in a really long time. Josh Hokit can be crazy, he can be a bit annoying, but the way he fought tonight, you better respect him, right? Because he didn't have to fight Curtis Blades in that way. And I always say, for you to have a legendary night, for you to have a legendary performance, you need the right dance partner. Tonight, Curtis Blades was that dance partner for Josh Hokit, and ultimately, it earned him a fight on the White House card, because now he will turn right back around and fight Derrick Lewis on the White House. This is a dream come true for a guy like Josh Hokit. It is huge for Derrick Lewis to get the opportunity. Look, we're fighting on the president's birthday. The president said that Derrick Lewis is his favorite fighter. He asked for him, and now he's going to get him on the White House card.
Dustin Poirier believes Josh Hokit turned himself into a star by backing up his words inside the cage.
When Dana White decides, Octagon side, we're going to add another fight to an event that's going to
How did they even make that happen that quick?
Literally.
Did they text Derrick Lewis? I mean...
How did it happen?
Yeah.
That's the mark of a superstar. That's like Sean O'Malley level. We're going to do whatever it takes to get this man on the card.
Listen, when stars start to align, you've seen it in Conor. When you talk the talk and walk the walk, you've seen Sugar Sean, you've seen Chael Sonnen. We've seen it time and time again where guys talk the talk and then they walk the walk. And he just did it this week. He talked a big game and he went out there and put on one of the best heavyweight fights we've seen and got his hand raised. Good things happen. You become a star.
In the final fight of his career, Cub Swanson defeated Nate Landwehr via TKO in the first round. On the Anik and Florian podcast, Cub reveals he wasn't feeling well the day of the fight.
Chill. I told them my corners I didn't want to warm up too hard because I was like a little bit, I had like phlegm in my throat, my ear had a little pressure, so.
Wow.
But yeah, it all worked out.
And Cub, what do you think is the biggest adjustment you've made late in your career that's made the biggest difference?
The way we spar at my gym, everyone trips out, and I forget to tell people sometimes, but we don't, I don't have a timer. I don't have a bell. So we start training kind of starts organically. It ends organically. It's like a 2-hour window, and we just start going. And because the way I see it is everybody's on a different place. Like if you just fought and you're coming back into the gym to help somebody, you don't want to do an hour and a half like ridiculous class. You're there to help your training partner, so you got like 30-40 minutes of hard work that you're willing to give, when somebody who's peaking for a fight probably has an hour 45 that they want to go.
Right.
So it's just everyone's in a different place, so why have one standard for everybody? Anyways, we spar long rounds, and we play spar, and we try to pick up the speed. But the thing is my rules are like, you have to trust your training partner, so that way there's no ego involved. It's not like I have to win this round. It's like, okay, I know that in the fight I'm going to be in these positions, I'm going to give up my back, or I'm going to get taken down so I can work back up. And so when you can only do that with people you trust, because they're not going to take advantage of the situation. And when there's egos involved in the gym, it's like everyone has to work their A game all the time, or you're going to go home with a headache. So that's just
smart.
Long term, that doesn't develop skills. And
That's
so
smart.
I go with very difficult guys sometimes, and then I pick on the amateurs. And when I go with the amateurs, I try to, like, they shouldn't be hitting me, and I'm moving my head and I'm trying to outclass them, but I don't hurt them. And if I accidentally catch them too, good, and they get overwhelmed, you let them fire back. You got to keep building the amateurs up, So there's a lot of little rules of taking care of each other that we do in our gym, and it just keeps it fun. We work hard, but we have fun. And it's like no one's ever going to the gym stressed out.
Yeah.
And so, I really think it's the vibe of our gym.
Yeah.
Gable Steveson has officially signed with the UFC and is expected to make his debut in July during International Fight Week. At the moment, his opponent has yet to be confirmed.
Man, I feel amazing. This is going to be the biggest debut on earth, and I'm ready. The butterflies, the jitters, all part of the game, and I'm ready to take that big step to the UFC and do what I need to do. Man, I think International Fight Week is going to be crazy. Maybe a crazy headliner that might come back that you guys might know, so who knows?
After the win over Curtis Blades, Josh Hokit is now set to face Derrick Lewis on the White House card. Today, Hokit posted this on X. He wrote, "I earned my way on the White House card just like I've earned everything in my life. I'm the most American fighter on the card. I don't look the strongest, the fastest, or the biggest. Well, ask your mother about that one, but we still find a way. Seriously, this is why America will always be the best. We believe in Jesus, and we never quit. We can never forget this. Amen." Carlos Ulberg and Israel Adesanya have been close friends and longtime training partners at City Kickboxing. However, fans are now beginning to speculate that the two may no longer be on good terms. Izzy is well known for posting live reaction videos to UFC pay-per-views on his YouTube channel, but notably, he did not upload one for UFC 327. In addition, he has yet to publicly acknowledge or congratulate Ulberg following his KO win over Jiri Prochazka to become the new UFC light heavyweight champion. It has also been noted that Ulberg did not publicly show support for Izzy for his recent fight against Joe Pyfer at UFC Seattle, which Izzy lost by TKO. Fans have looked even deeper into the situation, pointing out that the two fighters no longer follow each other on Instagram. Right now, rumors are circulating that the fallout could be over a woman, although nothing has been confirmed at this time.
And that's going to wrap it up for the news. Thanks for watching. For daily MMA news and content, subscribe to Full Mount MMA and click the bell icon to be notified when we post videos.
Here are the 3 top comments from last video. The first one's from Jamie Fernandez. It says, "Man, all Jiri had to do was spam kicks until the end of the round so the ref can call it off, man. SMH. The second one's from Largemouth Fisherman. It's in reference to Donald Trump requesting Derrick Lewis to be on the White House card. It says Trump didn't ask about Colby. And the final one's from Ghost 304. It says Walker versus Reyes was the biggest disappointment of the whole main card. Neither of them want to become the light heavyweight champion.
Those were the 3 top comments from last video. If you want to be featured in the next one, all you have to do is comment down below. And if you missed yesterday's news, click the video on screen right now to get caught up.